Aloha everybody and welcome to the final and extra part of Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. We spent this entire game collecting all the collectibles in the game, so what do they get you? Well, you're about to find out with this video. For all the coils we picked up, all the scrap metal we picked up, you go to Styx's house, you give it to her, and then she builds a Styx bot that you can use in the races for the multiplayer. Yeah, you may have thought it was odd that you could build a Tails bot, a Knuckles bot, and an Amy bot, but you couldn't build a Styx bot. Well, that's because you have to find all the scrap metal, then you get a Styx bot so that you can play around in the multiplayer with that. So, yeah. If you go to Amy's house, and you've collected every single hammer in the game, then you've unlocked all the cosmetic skins. You got the bronze, you got the silver, you got the gold, the platinum, the titanium, and the ragnium hammers, so that they can look a little more shiny than they used to. Is it weird that I still prefer the basic default hammer just because I feel like the yellow complements Amy's pink and red? I don't know. But if you want a silver, gold, ragnium hammer, collect all the hammers, and you can change that. And again, it's just cosmetic. It doesn't give Amy any extra abilities. It's not like having a Ragnium hammer allows her to one-shot the one boss she fights, or anything like that. And everything else she fights is one-shotted anyway, so it doesn't really matter now, does it? Now, does it? Just cosmetic, but when you get all the trading cards, this is for doing all the side activities. You know, the tunnel races, the hovercraft, the underwater submarine stuff, for finding every single challenge room in every single stage. Then you get all these trading card pieces to assemble these trading cards, which unlock a whole bunch of multiplayer tracks for the multiplayer racing. And that's about it. Now, unfortunately, that would require me having a friend with a 3DS in the general vicinity, and I didn't want to take a trip out of town in order to record this kind of footage, and I'd have to ask one of my friends to, you know, take time out of their busy schedule from work and whatnot in order to record some of the races, but I'm not going to be showing off the multiplayer races in this video. I am going to be showing all the unlockable racers, all the racers we get to play around with, but I'm not going to be showing any of the multiplayer in this playthrough, so just take for granted that there are unique multiplayer tracks that aren't in the single-player stuff that you can enjoy with your friends. And you can be a Sonic bot, a Tails bot, a Knuckles bot, whatever. And you get all the trading cards to unlock all the courses. Anywho, folks, when you go to Sonic's Shack, we don't have figurines like we did with Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal. We don't collect Quincy tokens in order to get a whole bunch of statues of all the enemies, all the characters, all the whatever. So what we do have are about 25 pieces of concept art, basically for the TV show and only the TV show. We get to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes sketches, a lot of fun details, like the very first picture we saw, which was that weird... this one, in fact, right here. But the first picture we saw was like the Eggman Daft Punk thing. And even Orbot and Cubot had like weird Daft Punk helmets. That's actually a background picture in the show that Eggman has in his lair, you know? And Sonic and Tails fishing out that fish. If you read the text on the bottom screen, it's another one of those background elements that they made for the show that most viewers aren't really going to focus in on, because it's only on screen for like, I don't know, 2-3 seconds, and it's not like the big focus point of the episode. It's not like they're zooming into the picture. So it's just fun to get these little nice, you know, we get to see all the comics, picture frames, all these little background details that the show has, and we get to see concept art as well. And I'm going by it pretty quick, but if you want to read any of the text, or if you want to stay and look at the art, just push pause on the YouTube video. This is a video. You can push pause whenever you want. Hell, you could leave and go watch something else. Please don't. I need the views. I need the money. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's definitely a little less effort than the Quincy figurines that were in Shattered Crystal. And there were a lot of figurines in Shattered Crystal. They actually had figurines of, like, you know, gags they made in the cutscenes, like where Knuckles says he made an autobiography. And there's an autobiography for Knuckles. Or when they say they're going to make Lyric into a pair of cowboy boots, they actually made a figurine of cowboy boots. So I guess you could say, like, this is a little bit less effort than that was when Shattered Crystal came out, but I don't really mind too much. The good news is you don't need to collect a whole bunch of tokens in order to unlock all this stuff. You just need Ragnium, and since you can replay levels whenever you want, and the robots respawn, and the Ragnium they drop respawn, it's just a matter of playing a lot, and eventually you'll get so much Ragnium that you can unlock everything. In fact, the Ragnium I'm spending on this concept art right now, that was entirely just from the playthrough. From me going through every single zone once for this Let's Play, I had just enough Ragnium to unlock every single piece of concept art. And the only thing I need to buy after this is the robots on Thunder Island for the multiplayer, like the Knuckles bot, the Tails bot, the Amy bot, and also some of the extra abilities you can give them in the races as well. So, like, that's the only thing I really need to spend Ragnium on past this point. And again, it's just a matter of playing the levels a whole bunch. If you're going for the time trials, like in order to go for 100% completion and see how fast you can go through a stage, you also get Ragnium for that, not only from destroying robots along the way, but you'll get a payout bonus from accomplishing that goal. And yeah, it's pretty easy to get a lot of Ragnium for all the unlockables in the game. And because Season 2 hadn't come out yet, this was a lot of sneak preview stuff of Season 2. So this is the game giving you, throwing you a bone, being like, hey, here's what to look forward to in Season 2. Gonna be great. Gonna be good. Gonna be fantastic. I like that they showed off Charlie. That was one of my favorite episodes of Sonic Boom. The one where Knuckles continuously tries to help out this guy Charlie, but because Knuckles is such an idiot and he keeps sabotaging Charlie in every single instance, Charlie kind of goes insane and becomes a supervillain. It's kind of like The Simpsons and the Frank Grimes episode, but like with Sonic, where Knuckles kind of inadvertently drives a guy to become evil, and that's one of the best episodes of the show, if you want my honest opinion. That's in Season 1. You should absolutely check it out. But yeah, here are all the racers for the multiplayer. You get them not only from buying them at Thunder Island, but just from going through the entire single-player campaign. We got a bot for every single one of the main characters, and we got a whole bunch of bots that resemble a lot of the actual enemies in the TV show. Burnbot, Giant Robot, the Obliterator bots, Fireman Bot, Vote Bot. These are all robots that Eggman built and appear in the TV show quite often. Burnbot, for example, is not just in the pilot episode. He makes a lot of appearances throughout the seasons, and here's an Eggman bot that I can play around with as well. This was the last racer we went up against at Ragnarok. So I'm just showing you that you can go through any of the previous tracks that you played before with the characters that you unlocked. So now I'm playing as Eggman bot, and everybody has an air dash when they're a robot. Everybody has the same abilities as Sonic. The only difference is some are faster on the ground, some are faster in the air, some have better jumping ability, Whatever character you like, you'll have to experiment with to see which one suits you best. But, spoiler, Eggman Bot is the best! Again, this guy reminds me of, like, the Egg Robo of the Sonic Boom continuity. I feel like if Egg Robo were a Sonic Boom character, he would absolutely be the Eggman Bot that we're looking at right now. So that's pretty good, pretty good. Unfortunately, that's it for Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. They don't have a fantastic dance thing that you get for going to Amy's house, like with Shattered Crystal. At least, I don't remember anything like that. So I figured I would go into the 3DS to look at my Street Pass. Look at all the people I've met on my 3DS. Oh, man. And I'm going to be going to the Puzzle Swap. And the Puzzle Swap was something that you passed by people. You could get, like, a puzzle piece for all these various different Nintendo backdrops. And eventually you could assemble them and look at this cool 3D perspective kind of thing. And there was one for Sonic Boom. And since this is the last video I'm ever going to do on Sonic Boom, I thought it'd be fun to look at this in case you never collected those puzzle pieces. And there it is, a nice high definition, well, not high definition, it looks good for the 3DS, I'll say that. It looks really good for the 3DS, but just a nice 3D representation of the kind of art we always saw when Sonic Boom was coming out in 2014. That's it, folks! Sonic Boom is done. That was Fire and Ice, that was Sonic Boom in its entirety. I hope you enjoyed it, because that's it for that show. Anyway, folks, I'm going to be working on my Clement Remembers Final Fantasy X video, and I'm going to be doing some other Let's Plays in the meantime, but when I come back, we will do LEGO Sonic Dimensions, and it's going to be fantastic. See you then. Actually, while I'm in the puzzle swap, let's take a look at Mega Man's puzzle swap, because it's the best thing ever! The best puzzle! The best puzzle! Oh my god.